Introduction. The essence of Bahrain's heritage can be found in the lives of its people, in their customs, traditions, architecture, and clothes. This heritage has been passed down from generation to generation by daily experience, by the influence of Islam, or by folklore. From this point in the whole, we can follow the life story of a Bahraini. We can start with birth and the celebrations that follow it. We continue through the childhood and the look of tradition games and at education as it used to be. We then come to marriage, which is considered the most important event in any Bahraini's life. After looking at the different festive occasions, we conclude with an examination of clothes and houses found in Bahrain and how they relate to the environment. The birth. Before birth, the woman goes to her father's house where herbal draughts and nourishing food have been prepared. After birth, the woman is given a ritual cup of water and three dry dates. The baby's umbilical cord is buried in the mosque if it is a boy, and in the kitchen if a girl. A rooster or a chicken is slaughtered. Treatment of the child after birth. After the baby has been rubbed with salt and herbs, Gosal, it is wrapped in cotton cloth and placed in a cradle, manas. Then the prayer is recited into its right ear, and the beginning of the prayer is recited into its left ear, according to the teaching of the prophets. The first days of birth. On the day following the birth, the baby is usually given in its name, often taking the grandfather's name if it's a boy or the grandmother's if a girl. 7 days after the birth, the baby will have its first bath, and to celebrate this, a slaughtered goat or a lamb is cooked and shared with the neighbors. The homecoming of the mother and a baby. After a 40-day period, nafas, to allow the mother to recover, she returns to her husband's house with her baby, accompanied by her female relatives who carry the baby's possessions. The husband then often gives a present to his wife and the newly born baby to welcome them both.
Okay, okay, to move.
The popular tradition of nanon. Nanon is given on all happy occasions. A basket full of sweets, nuts, and coins is thrown over the head of the child or other person being fitted. It is picked up by children afterwards. The school and the teacher. Children attended Quranic schools from the ages of 5 or 6. The mixed sex classes were held every day except Friday in the home of the teacher, Mutawa. The amount of time spent at school varied in the child's talent. The teacher collected his fees, 2 to 4 paisa, every Thursday. Chowansi was severely punished. The method of instruction. The students started with short chapter surahs of the Holy Quran to practice the pronunciations of vowels, and then proceeded to the longer surahs through which grammar was taught. The teaching was completed when all the Holy Quran had been learned. The good luck party. 2 days before the wedding, a good luck party jelwa was held for the bride. While she was seated on a chair, women recited religious songs. Then four women held a green cloth over her head and lifted it up and down while singing joyful songs and wishing the bride well in her marriage. The hair beautician. A hair beautician, a chafa, was hired on the wedding day to prepare the bride's hair. The chafa was a specialist in all the herbs and oils needed for treating the hair. She was usually the person who had looked after the bride's hair since she was a young girl. Her fee was paid from the gift isbaha, given by the groom to the bride on the day following the wedding. Malis na. Ako nalubat na nga. Nga. This is the bride. The daily supply of water. Drinking water was brought from a natural spring scattered around Bahrain. It was carried by donkey or camel in leather bags and sold by men or women who made a living out of it. Later, it was brought by boat and then sold. This continued until the installation of piped water. The female water carrier. Most households had to buy drinking water from the Sagaya. She brought it in a leather bag which held about 20 liters of water. She had regularly customers who had needed between 2 to 10 bags a day. She kept a record of the number of bags sold by counting marks in a stick or by making knots in a rope. After 100 marks, she would collect 1 rupee. Oh, ayos din ah. Ayos.